We could just say stupid stuff for the intro, I guess. Stupid stuff for the intro, I guess. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Skaaaaahs.
And stories behind Skaaaaahs. Skaaaaahs.
My story is about when I was about 5, I guess. We had this tree in our backyard that I used to climb all the time. One day I went out to the backyard and I wanted to climb this tree. Well, for whatever reason, I just could not for the life of me get in this tree. It was like, I could not like pull myself up or whatever. So I was like, okay, I need something to stand on. What's a good thing for me to stand on? My tricycle.
That's logical.
That's a great thing to stand on. So I get it. I guess it was in the garage or something. So I get it out and I put it on the mulch, and I climb up to it, and I'm standing on it. So, about this time, you should know that this tricycle had a bell on it. A little push your thumb to make the bell ring kind of thing. Unfortunately, this type of tricycle always I feel like the bell was broken on it. So, my dad, who's a Mr. Fix-It, decides to keep, tinkering with the bell, and frequently the cover is left off, so you have all like the gears and all the mechanisms of the bell. So back to the story, I'm climbing this tree, and the tricycle wiggles, and I slip. And I don't just fall down to the ground like a normal kid, which is only like, well, you probably can't see it, but it's not even 3 feet off the ground. It's not very far. But what ends up happening is I slip and I fall, and for whatever freak reason, my knee, my left knee, gets caught on this, I swear it was a hook in the bell itself. For whatever reason, it had a hook in the mechanism, and it catches my knee. And all I remember to this day is me, like, swinging by my knee on this hook, on this bell, on my tricycle. And that's when reality set in, and I just screamed my bloody little heart out. It sounded weird. I screamed my heart out, and my mom, she hears me, and she runs outside, and like gets me and comes back in. It's not a very long time, but by this time, as soon as we get in the house, I see that there's like a line of like trickling blood. It's already in my sock. Then the only thing I remember after that is being at the doctor's and them like trying to hold me down as they're trying to put stitches in my knee, because I was not having any part of that. That is not pain. No, that's not my thing, really. Thanks very much. So after a while I got my stitches out, but I will always have this scar on my left knee as a result.
Skaaaaahs. In our old neighborhood, I used to have what? I used to have this bike. Got little children. Had bikes. I had a bike. We had several cul-de-sacs in our neighborhood, and one of them was a full one where you'd come down and it was a dead end, and you had to turn around like in a circle, in order to go back the other way, because there was no other way to get out. It was a dead end.
Dead.
It
was dead.
The end was dead.
It was very dead.
So I'm riding down this road, and I'm just pedaling along, just not caring, steering along. In the back of my mind, as I'm speeding down this road at roughly 25 miles an hour, gear 6, just like chugging away at this thing. I'm thinking, I was sitting on that bike thinking, something terrible is going to happen today. But I just don't know. And throughout this whole process, I had traveled nearly 75 to 100 feet down the road, and I was nearing the end of the road, close to the dead end cul-de-sac. where you need to make a very, very tight turn to go around the other direction, or you chance to run right into someone's yard. So I see the turn, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a cinch. Then I look down at the ground. I see this pile of stones and gravel from a previous snow, from when the plow came through and was throwing salt and the gravel on the ground to get the snow away. I see that. I panic like a stupid little boy. I go like this, and I pretty much flip off my bike, and into this gravel, this salt, goes my knee, just scrapes across all of it. I didn't cry much, only until I saw that I had a chunk of my knee about this big had just popped right out, and you could see like weird things in there. We had to go to the doctor because it was really bad. It was bleeding, like Jen's situation. It had the blood got all the way down to my socks. It was soaking the socks. So we went there to the doctor's office, and I laid down on the bed, and she looks at the knee, and she says, "Ooh, you still have like 7 stones stuck in there." And I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me." So she gets this brush, and she goes, "Now this might hurt a little bit." She jams the brush into my knee and rips it out, and there comes 4 stones. Just, and then rips it out. And then she took a plastic brush with like really flimsy bristles, and then just goes like this, like really softly. It was actually quite soothing, but she just like moved the brush slowly over and got all the stones out. And I just wondered why she didn't do that with the first brush. But I didn't have to have stitches because I'm not that clumsy. The end.
That's the story. Morning Glory.
How did I know you were gonna say that?
That's the tale, Nightingale.
Nightingales don't exist. They only exist in Skyrim. I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Actually, I took stones to the knee, but...
And I took a bell hook to the knee. I took a tricycle to the knee. The end!